Stillness in abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness in abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance in all shapes and forms. Love and light, because it don't need no help. Health and wholeness, however you may need it. I hope everybody's feeling good for no reason at all. Operating the truest, highest, and authentic version of yourself. I'm feeling great. I'm happy to be here. I'm capping. I'm happy to be here, but I really didn't plan to do it. But upon my meditation, I started getting downloads, frequencies. Beep. But when that happens with me, information comes to me. All type of things start coming to my mind. So over the years, I've learned to start writing things down. That's how music have came to me. And it don't always work that way, but it's just something that I paid attention to here recently, really since extensive, really paying attention to it around time Corona kicked in, you know, when we was in lockdown. But, you know, it's based on how much we paying attention to ourselves, our meditations, our affirmations, solfeggio frequencies, geometric shapes, the chakra system, learning about light language and light codes, astral travel, astral projection, all these different things that gives us tools to build ourselves as a spiritual being. Not to exercise control and dominion or manipulation over others, but to build ourselves up, to become that block that the builders rejected, because you have to build yourself. Peace and power to everybody. I'm happy to be here, but I ain't planning on being here today. I really wanted to be in a place where I can rest and rejuvenate, because it's important. Rest and rejuvenation comes with growth. It's not something that I've always exercised, but it's something that I try to put in my lifestyle as it is today. I don't know who this for, but this for somebody. If the people that say they love you, or if the people that love you didn't support you, it's okay. Stop worrying about it. The lessons from those experiences should have gave you a blueprint for your today. I don't know who that's for, but it's for somebody. Your time is now, so don't miss it. I try to be in a space of too much illumination, too much motivation, too much inspiration and dedication, too much peace, too much love, too much imagination, and never get enough of it, because you can't. And it'll do things, it'll do wonders for you. If you notice, none of those words had to do with the matrix, the material, the external realm. Motivation, inspiration, dedication, peace, love. And we can go on in the frequency and vibration of what those type of words carry. We already know what's down there. And the words that we can use that show us exactly what's down there. But due to the fact that we're more higher vibrating people, motivation, inspiration, harmony, balance, those are things that should sound pleasing to us and are right now. I don't know who I'm talking to, I don't know who I'm talking for. But to get to the top of yourself, and I'm gonna repeat again, to get to the top of yourself, not the world. Over here, we ain't chasing what the world chasing. You know, we divinity chasers, we deity chasers, we God chasers, in layman terms. But to get to the top of yourself, you gotta start from the bottom of what you are. I'm gonna say it again. To get to the top of yourself, you gotta start from the bottom of what you are. That means we gotta go inside. We gotta take a good, deep, thorough look at ourselves, the assets and the defects, exactly for what it is. Adjust, reset, corrections, wherever they need to be made. Sweep the rest in the dustpan and keep pushing. Because you never know what's next. That's gonna have to be done according to self-management. Salute to all those who have birthed a new version of yourself. I repeat, salute to all those who have birthed a new version of yourself. I'm sure that your life is better now, well, ain't it? Because if you birthed a new version of yourself, you shouldn't be going through nothing that you used to go through. You hear me? Because I wasn't meant to survive either. With that being said, I wasn't meant to survive either. I'm gonna be real with the family. I wasn't meant to survive. You know, I wasn't meant to make it through a lot of obstacles that life brought my way. Through people, places, or things. I wasn't meant to be a survivor. I wasn't meant to be triumphant. I wasn't meant to still be here. Just like some of y'all. I may not know you, but I probably know a little bit of your story, just based on what I come from and what I come to. So I dig it. And I say that because we here to, if we came, we here. So, you know, we're here. We're here. And if we're here, we gotta be in that place. I came, I see, and I will conquer whatever comes my way. However life challenged me, whatever hurdles I gotta jump over to be the self I see myself as. I came, I see, I conquer. We came, we see, we conquer. Somebody out there need to adapt that attitude. But my point in all of what I just said is, it just taught me how to trust this thing called Source, Deity, the divine, over anything and everything. And if you know that about me, then you know me. If you don't know that about me, then you probably don't know me at all. And you don't have to know me personally to know me. That's why we have things like frequency, resonation, vibration, because they tell us things about people. They forewarn us about people. I say that to say, if you judge me before you know me, then that's your loss. But if you judge me after you know me, thank you for that game. Somebody need to adapt that altitude. See, notice I said altitude, not attitude, because when we make our attitudes altitudes, then it's hard for external factors to shift it out of place. It can only be shifted if you shift it when you got your attitude in a certain altitude. Because everybody can't get up. Everybody can't get above the clouds to disrupt your sunshine. So that's why I say things like, keep yourself above the clouds. Everybody ain't trying to go up there. Everybody don't want to get burnt. And to keep ourselves above the clouds, we gonna have to get burnt. Whoever stood in the sun and didn't get touched. I use metaphors to share all kinds of wisdom. I'm not gonna give you the teaching except for you to catch it. That's why I call it caught teachings. For those who have heard me use that term, it's a caught teaching. You gotta catch it. If I give it to you, you ain't gonna appreciate it. And more so, you ain't gonna respect it. So if I provoke us to think, when the light bulb occurs, you'll appreciate Saiwoo and the type of messages that he was used as. I don't know who I'm talking to, and I don't know who I'm talking for. But telling the truth, not hating. I don't know where that concept came from and who invented it. But I ain't get that memo. Telling the truth is not hating. Telling the truth is simply that, telling the truth. The reason why it has become derogatory, it has been placed in a derogatory reference with hating, is because sometimes what truth exposes, and sometimes who truth may be exposing. I dig you. But truth not hating. I don't know who needed to hear that. Sometimes you have to go back. Sometimes you have to go back. What do I mean by that? Sometimes you have to go back in time to see different parts, different aspects, and different reflections of yourself. To determine where you at in your now, how much you grew, if you grew at all, and where do we still need to grow at. Sometimes we have to go back in time, and I'd rather do that from a conscious place than to do that from an unconscious place, what I call drifting in time. And depending on where we at in ourselves, in our spiritual life, if we even have one, and in every other portion of our life that we have to balance. Just to be is tricky. Depending on what we entertain in our mind, you got tricksters in the mental realms, you know, always trying to insert themselves in the causal realms. So we have to be watchful of our minds. Take care of your mind. My shirt said that yesterday. Take care of your mind. But I'd rather go back into time consciously. And this is something I had to pay attention to. I had to consciously go back into time and do some readjustment, some resetting, some recorrecting, some realigning, you know, tighten some bolts. And in doing that, I was shown times where I used to drift back unconsciously and finding myself back in portals of time where things ain't good, reflecting pain and all type of things. And I'm saying this for a reason, because somebody need to watch their mind. Usually when we find ourselves drifting back into time, is what I'm saying is usually when we find ourselves drifting back into the past, it's on something we ain't got no business drifting back into the past about to begin with. So I say that to say, if you find yourself drifting, get out of that place as soon as possible. Because when you drift into the past, and you drift long enough, you'll find yourself self-dwelling there. And if you dwell there long enough, you'll find yourself beating yourself up about something that's already happened. Can't be changed. Can't go back to that time and do nothing in that time to make that time any different than it has already appeared, to show you what you need to see in this time. You'll beat yourself up in the past if you find yourself drifting there and then end up dwelling there. And we all do it. We all have done it. My point is, when we do it, we don't understand what be occurring on a whole nother level. Because when we do it, what we're doing spiritually, into our inner being, our soul, our spirit, we are shortcutting ourselves. We're shortcutting ourselves. We're shortcutting our circuitry from the vibrations, the frequencies, the resonances of pleasantry, and all those other high vibratory words I was talking about earlier, to make His presence known to us. We find ourselves beating ourselves up for things that the shadow has taught us how to be better from when we drift in the past. Do good, give good, and live good. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Remember to do your part to illuminate the universe. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the new subscribers. Thank you for the cash apps, for those who have my cash app. I did wet my 732 phone. For those of you that rock with me and have my number, I did wet one of my phones, so if anybody been trying to contact me, I haven't been annoying you. I just wet my phone. And if you have my email me, and then we'll situate it from there. Peace and blessings. Saiwoo to God.